Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. Going to be giving you some early team news for our game against Liverpool today. It is the big one. Now, the expected lineup is David De Gea in goal, right back and Wan-Bissaka, two centre halves, Eric Bailly and Harry Maguire. We certainly need to play Eric Bailly today because he's done very well since he started playing again. Said my only element of concern about him is injury prone. Luke Shaw, left back. Midfield, McTominay and Fred. Fernandes ahead of them two. Paul Pogba on the left. On the right, Marcus Rashford. And up top, Edison Cavani. So that is the expected lineup, or it could be Anthony Martial instead of Cavani if Anthony Martial is fit. Don't forget Anthony Martial sustained a hamstring injury in our 1-0 win against Burnley. So I am really looking forward to this game. If we do win today, we will be 6 points clear of Liverpool. Then we will be in a very good position. Can we end Liverpool's unbeaten run at Anfield in the Premier League? Liverpool have not lost at Anfield in the Premier League since April 2017, so they are unbeaten at Anfield in the league for almost 4 years. Don't forget our last victory at Anfield was around 5 years ago. It was a goal from Wayne Rooney. That game was 1-0. We had a good win at Anfield back in 2015, beating them 2-1. It was 2 goals from Juan Mata. We also won at Anfield back in 2012, 2-1. That's when Robin Van Persie was playing for us. Like I said, we lost this game at Anfield last season 2-0. It was goals from Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk. That was the last time we lost away from home in the Premier League. So we are unbeaten away from home in the Premier League for almost a year. We lost the game at Anfield back in December 2018. 3-1. That was Jose Mourinho's final game as Manchester United manager. Man United and Liverpool are the two most successful clubs in England. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has urged Man United to go to Anfield and cause an upset, but he has made an admission saying that we are the underdogs. He did make an admission regarding Liverpool, like I've mentioned on my recent videos. He did say that Liverpool have been the best team in England for the past 18 months, and he says they have been great for the last 3 years. Liverpool did win their last game against Aston Villa 4-1. That was in the FA Cup third round. But they are winless in their last 3 Premier League games. Don't forget, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer hit back at Jurgen Klopp the other week because Jurgen Klopp was moaning about the amount of penalties that we get. He was saying we get a penalty every 3 games, and he says that we've had more penalties in 2 years than he's had in 5.5 years at Liverpool. But we are in a good vein of form coming into this game. We are unbeaten in our last 11 Premier League games. And like I said, it's not going to determine who's going to win the league. Today, it's still too early to say. But I think if we win today, we could win the Premier League. Solskjaer has been playing mind games. He says, we're not in the title race as yet. He said that after our 1-0 win against Wolves. He also said prior to the game against Burnley that Man United need to stay humble and not think they've cracked it if they go top. You know, if we do win the Premier League, it will be our 21st title overall, and it will be our first Premier League title since 2013. We've just got to prove ourselves today, you know, because we can't beat the big teams under Solskjaer, and that's been proven so far this season. Liverpool are regarded as the best team in England at the moment. They've obviously got a very, very good manager in Jurgen Klopp. He's probably one of the best managers in the world at this present time. Jurgen Klopp has been Liverpool manager now for almost 6 years. Liverpool appointed him in 2015. I think it was last season he extended his contract with Liverpool until 2024. Liverpool is the third club in his managerial career, because before he was at Liverpool, he was at Borussia Dortmund. He won a few trophies at Dortmund, and before he was at Dortmund, he was at Mainz 05. So far with Liverpool, he has won 4 trophies. Obviously, last season he won the Premier League. That was Liverpool's first title in 30 years. They've won 19 overall. They just won behind us because we're on 20. He won the FIFA Club World Cup as well last season. He won the Super Cup. And the season before, he won the Champions League. Liverpool have won the Champions League 6 times. I think Liverpool have spent over £400 million since Jurgen Klopp became their manager. By the way, today's game is Jurgen Klopp's 200th Premier League game as Liverpool manager. Obviously, before Liverpool had Jurgen Klopp, they had Brendan Rodgers. You can say Liverpool enjoyed one good season under him. Obviously, at one point they had Roy Hodgson. He's probably one of the worst managers that they've ever had. Roy Hodgson. They had Kenny Dalglish. He was a good player, but he weren't a good manager. You know, they did have Rafael Benitez. He was a good manager. He won the Champions League with Liverpool. They had Gerard Houllier a lot of years ago. He passed away last year. They had Bill Shankly and Paisley years and years ago as well. Don't forget last season as well, Liverpool went on a 44-game unbeaten run. Obviously, Watford were the team to end their 44-match unbeaten run. Liverpool did let a few players go last year. Obviously, Nathaniel Klein left them. Dejan Lovren left them. Adam Lallana left them. Harry Wilson went out on loan. Travella left and Hoover left. But today we've got to nullify Liverpool, because I know Liverpool's game plan. You know, Liverpool like to obviously press, they like to create chances, obviously they like to score goals, they like to keep the ball, they like to pass the ball as well. So today we've got to put a performance out to stop them. You know, Liverpool have obviously got very, very good players. You know, they've obviously got Mohamed Salah, who's good. They've got Sadio Mane, who's good. They've got, you know, that Jota, who's good. He's made an impact at Liverpool. You know, Liverpool got him last summer from Wolves. You know, he's been out with injury, hasn't he? They've also got Firmino, that's good. Dick Origi done quite good for Liverpool. I think Liverpool could sell him in the summer because he is their backup striker. Liverpool have also got Shaqiri. He's had some good games, but he makes an impact from the bench. You know, Liverpool have got a lot of midfielders in their team. That's why there's few of their midfielders that are falling down the pecking order. They've obviously got Jordan Henderson. They've got Thiago, who they got last summer from Bayern Munich. Don't forget we was in for him. They've also got Jorginho Wijnaldum. I think he could be leaving Liverpool in the summer, because it said the other week that he rejected a contract extension. They've also got Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's one of their midfielders. He's done well at Liverpool, but he's sustained a couple of bad injuries. They've also got Fabinho, who's a good midfielder. He's predominantly a holding midfielder, but you can play him as a centre-half. They've also got Naby Keita. He's not one of their first choice midfielders though, and he's currently out with injury anyway, and he wouldn't have even played today even if he wasn't injured. They've also got James Milner. Surely he'll leave at the end of the season. You know, will he retire when he leaves Liverpool, or will he go to another club before he retires? Liverpool have also got that Curtis Jones, who's a young player. They've got two fantastic fullbacks in Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andrew Robertson. They've also got that Tsikmas who they got last summer, but he's currently out with injury, but he wouldn't have started anyway. They've also got Virgil van Dijk. Obviously, he isn't going to be playing today. He's out with injury. I think he's out for the season, Virgil van Dijk, but Virgil van Dijk is the best centre-half in the world. Joe Gomez is obviously out for the season. Matic could be available for Liverpool today as well. Liverpool have also got a very, very good goalkeeper in Allinson. So yeah, you know, they have got a very, very good squad. We do play Liverpool in the FA Cup 4th round next week at Old Trafford. So yeah, basically playing them twice in a week. And it's going to be interesting to see how both teams approach that game. Probably both teams will play a strong lineup for that one, because it's a big game, isn't it? We've won the FA Cup 12 times, so we are the second most successful team in FA Cup history. Last time we won it was back under Louis van Gaal. Liverpool haven't won the FA Cup since 2006, but I think they must have won it around 7 or 8 times. Our next league game after Liverpool is Fulham away. Should be winning that one. Fulham are relegation fodder. I think they'll be probably going back down, to be honest with you. They came up, you know, last season. Fulham recently lost to Chelsea 1-0. The last time we played Fulham in the league was almost 2 years ago, and we're beating them 3-0 at Craven Cottage. Their current manager is Scott Parker. Scott Parker's been Fulham manager now for almost 2 years. I know a few of Fulham's players. They've obviously got like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who they got on loan from Chelsea. They've got that Mario Lemina, who they got from, is it Southampton? They've also got that Caballero. They've got that Kamara. They've got Mitrovic, recently sustained an injury. They've also got Lookman. He's one of their key players. That Teti as well. But yeah, we should be beating Fulham. But like I say, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does deserve a lot of credit. He's the first Man United manager to get a top at this stage of the season since the Sir Alex Ferguson era, and nobody expected us to be top midway through January 2021. You know, you wouldn't have even thought we'd have been joint top of the Premier League table earlier on this month, and you wouldn't have thought we'd have been there towards the end of last year. In the last year or so, Solskjaer has made good progress. Like I said, we've been exceptional away from home. You know, Solskjaer got us to the AFL Cup semi-final earlier on this season. He did well last season in his first full season at the club. Got us to 3 semi-finals, got us qualification for the Champions League, and also got us third. You know, he has made good signings since he got appointed in as Man United manager. He's spent over £200 million at the club. We've also seen a lot of players leave the club since he got recommended in. And I think Solskjaer's decision making in some games has been good, but there's obviously been a lot of games where his decision making has been very, very poor. So his decision making's got to be good persistently, and I did say that's one of my biggest concerns about Solskjaer. Solskjaer, don't forget, recently give us an update on our January transfer plans. He admits there could be further more departures from Man United in this January transfer window. Don't forget, Timothy Fosu-Mensah recently left the club. Solskjaer's also said that Romero and Rojo can leave because he said their contracts won't be extended. Lingard's been linked to a move away from the club. Jones leaving this January transfer window. We're expecting Odi and Ighalo to leave. Ighalo's loan expires at the end of this month. There's been rumours of Daniel James going out on loan, and there's also been rumours of Brandon Williams going out on loan. Ed Woodward has informed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that the club needs to be careful with their spending in the transfer market. Solskjaer said that January signings are unlikely anyway. Obviously, we'll be looking to make signings in the summer. I think we are looking to make around 4 signings to complete our squad overhaul. You already know the news on Paul Pogba. I've just recently given you the news on him. Fabrizio Romano, who's a very reliable Italian journalist, he said Paul Pogba will leave Man United in the summer transfer window, providing that an agreement can be reached. But Fabrizio Romano said he won't leave in this January transfer window. Juventus are preparing to make a move for him next summer. I think Juventus hope that we would be open to a player plus cash deal. Don't forget Juventus have already offered us Aaron Ramsey. They've also offered us Douglas Costa as a swap deal for Paul Pogba, but we rejected that. Paul Pogba did endure 4 good years with Juventus. He's obviously been linked with a move to PSG as well. Real Madrid have been relentlessly linked with him, and Barcelona and Inter Milan have been in for him before. We have revealed our asking price. We want around £75 million for Paul Pogba. Don't forget, Paul Pogba did recently say that we're not on Liverpool's level as yet, but he said we can win the Premier League title, and he was also discussing about what his hates at Manchester United, and obviously he hates being on the bench. Solskjaer did say earlier on this season, though, that we can convince Paul Pogba to stay at the club if the club win trophies. Now, earlier on this season, we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract, so he's under contract on Man United until June 2022. We couldn't accept he won't be signing a long-term contract with Man United. But to Paul Pogba's credit, since he come back from that ankle injury, he's done very, very well. Mini Oriola did tell 2 Sport last month that Paul Pogba's career at Man United is over. He said he's unhappy and he has to leave, and he's got no intentions of signing a new contract. And Solskjaer was furious with Mini Oriola's announcement. Pogba's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. Matic could leave in the summer, and Juan Mata could leave the football club in the summer. But there's also a lot of players that we will keep. But Woodward has promised that he will back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in this January transfer window. I think all the transfer windows Solskjaer's enjoyed so far, he has been let down because we missed out on his priority targets. But Woodward did say, didn't he, towards the end of last year, that we will back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with a long-term plan centred around summer transfer windows. The board has been one of the biggest problems at the club for several years. I've already given you the reasons why. Woodward's been at the club since 2012 and the Glazers have been at the football club since 2005. Like I said, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been Man United manager now for over 2 years. He's managed over 100 games as Manchester United manager in all competitions. And he's got a contract with the club until 2022. Now, like I said on my recent video, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is on course to earn himself a new contract, with the progress he has made. Now, when he got the job in March 2019, Solskjaer signed a 3-year contract and he's more than halfway through now that 3-year contract. I don't think a new contract is his priority at the moment, no, like he mentioned earlier on this season. His priority is leading the club to long-term success. But you can say Solskjaer's learnt quite a bit on the job, reflecting how long he's been here, and he has gained some managerial experience. Man United is the 3rd club in his managerial career. Before he was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. And before Molde, he was at Cardiff, and he endured a very, very short tenure at Cardiff. The main reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he ended up getting Cardiff relegated. And this is Solskjaer's 2nd full season at Man United. And it's very imperative that we get our first trophy on the board under him. We haven't won a trophy for just over 4 years now. Don't forget there's 3 trophies we can pursue this season. We can win the Premier League, the FA Cup and the Europa League. Do you think if we finish 3rd or 4th this season and we won a trophy, do you think that would represent a good season for Man United? Now, some Man United fans would say yes, some Man United fans would say no. But it would be remarkable if we did win the Premier League. But there's a lot of Man United fans that are now Ole in, reflecting how good we've been in recent months. But earlier on in the season, like I've mentioned, there was a lot of Man United fans that were Ole out, reflecting how inconsistent we was. But with how good we've been, a lot of United fans' perceptions have started to change on Ole. Now, like I've said to you, there's been a lot of players on our agenda. I recently give you the news on Sancho. I give you the news on Ramos. I give you the news on Declan Rice. I've give you the news on Max Aarons. But certainly more signings are needed at Manchester United. So yeah, we'll be on for the match reaction later on. Hopefully I'm going to be smiling, so join me then. So anyway guys, that's everything updated today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.